Oh God, look at my hair. Okay. Hey, there she goes. Hey, Debbie, it's adding you. Hello there, my viewers. Good evening, everyone. There she goes.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
good.
Good, good. You got your headphones on?
I
You're
do. Can
on.
you hear me good?
Yes, I can hear you good. Okay, let me just, there you go. All right, all right. I took a little nap. I'm so tired. I've been tired since I got back from DC. I just been exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
and
haven't
then
you haven't been feeling well either.
yeah, I know. Hold on, me. Okay, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, I've been just feeling, I don't know, just tired, like just been really tired. So so anyway, so we're gonna wait for we get some more some people on, some more viewers. It's getting up there. I don't know, can you see it on your end or no?
I Let me see. I can't see it on my end.
No?
I
Okay.
see two.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
that the little eye up there? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Kim. She says, hi, Juanita from rainy, I can't even read, where is it? Cornwall, Ontario, Canada. Girl, it's raining and it's ugly over here too. And I hate this weather here in Chicago. So, hey, Kimberly, thank you for watching. So we got four, so we'll wait for a few more to get on, then we'll get started.
Yeah,
Usually,
Michigan weather ain't any
so,
better.
oh yeah. So what part of Michigan are you at?
I'm about 30 minutes from Detroit.
Okay. Yeah.
Garden
Same
City.
weather, girl. Yeah, same
Yep.
weather. Same weather from here, Michigan and Indiana and Chicagoland area. It's just crappy. So
Mhm.
I got Beth Ann. She says, hi, ladies. Hi, Beth. How
Oh,
are
hi
you?
Beth.
Thank you for watching.
She's from Michigan
Uh,
too.
oh, you're from Michigan too? Crappy weather over there too, just like here in Northwest Indiana. My God. And when I was in DC, it was literally almost 90 degrees. It was so warm, so sunny, so just beautiful weather. And then I come back home and I'm like, what the heck? What is wrong with this weather? So,
Yes. Supposed to be
yeah.
sunny
So,
here tomorrow. Fingers crossed,
oh, yeah.
knock on wood.
Yes, I know. Well, let me know because I don't think we're supposed to be sunny. Then again, I could be wrong. So I hope it is a little bit warmer. Okay, so I got about 8 viewers. We could get started, and usually they'll jump on, and then if whatever they
Mhm.
miss in the beginning, they'll just go back and watch. They'll just go back and watch the video, and my got to keep pushing in my headphones. So, hey, viewers, thank you guys for watching, for tuning in. This is Debbie. She is a lung cancer sister. I had the pleasure of meeting Debbie for the very first time this past April in DC at
Mhm.
Longevity's annual Hope Summit. Now the new name is International Survivorship Conference, something, something. I don't know. So it was a pleasure of meeting her in person. She's been my Facebook friend for a while now, right, Debbie? For a
Yep.
while we've been friends, yeah.
Yep. Since
Communicated
for
back
about
and
two
forth.
years, because I went
Yeah.
to the Hope Summit the year before last, and you were on their like summit afterwards website. What do they call that? The
Oh, the alumni.
yeah, and I kind
Uh-huh.
of Facebooked her there.
Yeah. So this is Debbie. So she's gonna share with you guys her story, her journey with lung cancer, and I'm gonna give her the mic and let her take it away. So go ahead, Debbie, share your story.
Well, back in 2013, well, it was actually end of 2012, I got my annual bout of bronchitis,
Mm-hmm.
and I did my normal. I got that every single year since I was 11 months old. And I usually just took my antibiotics, went about my business,
Mm-hmm.
and got back to work. And I felt better. but the cough wouldn't go away. So I kept going back to the doctors, and they just wanted to give me more antibiotics because I was only 43. They were like, yeah. And then with the history of bronchitis, they just kept inhalers, antibiotics, blah, 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 blah. And about the
Mm-hmm.
fourth or fifth time, I was like, okay, no, something else is wrong. You got to do something else. So
Right.
they did a x-ray, and they said I had pneumonia, which I did have pneumonia. They said that they gave me a super strong antibiotic, said that by the weekend, if you didn't feel better, you might have to go in and get some IV antibiotics. Well, by that
Hmm.
Saturday, I couldn't walk from my bedroom to my living room, and I don't have a big house,
Wow.
without just being out of breath. And I just said to my husband, I was like, no, I got to go to the hospital. I got to go get those antibiotics they were talking about so I can go back to work. um, so they did a CT there, and I did have pneumonia, I had fluid in my lungs. So they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to admit me. And
Mm-hmm.
they said if I wasn't better after they did the antibiotics, then they would drain the fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't better, so they drained the fluid. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like a thousand times better. I could breathe again when they did that. It was like a
Mm-hmm.
liter of fluid.
Right. Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, it was a lot. So I was a week in the hospital from that, and I came home thinking that that Monday I was going to go get my work release to go back to work at my
Mm-hmm.
doctor's. And she pulled me into a room, and as soon as they pulled me into a room right away, I was like, okay, this is not normal. And she just said, you got lung cancer. We biopsied the fluid, and they
Oh,
found, yeah, they found cancer cells in the fluid.
wow.
They still didn't. So they said then they had to find the tumor. They
Mm-hmm.
hadn't found the tumor yet. So then you have your month long of more CTs, biopsies, PET scans, brain scans, everything. And they finally did find the tumor in my lower left lobe. It was
Mm-hmm.
1.5 centimeters.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem was I was stage 4 automatically because I had a pleural effusion that was malignant.
Uh,
And whenever there's
okay.
a malignant pleural effusion, they
Uh,
said whenever it's in fluid, it's automatically progressed because fluid travels. So
wow.
yeah, the difference between stage 1 and stage 4 for me was the fluid.
Wow. Wow. You
Yeah.
learn, and when I do these Facebook Live videos, me and the girls, the audience, we learn something new every week, just about.
Yep. So at that point, well, let me go back a little bit. My mother and my
Okay.
grandmother both died of lung cancer.
Oh.
Yeah. Um, but I probably smoked for, and I know the stigma and all, but it's part of my story. I smoked for maybe 6 years, in those teenage years when everybody's doing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I hadn't touched a cigarette in over 20 years.
Wow.
So it wasn't even on my radar, even though
Right.
I knew my mother
Right.
died of lung cancer. In my eyes, then, she did smoke. My grandmother did smoke. So that was the same
Right.
as everybody else was thinking. That's a
Right.
smoking cancer. Um, so something wasn't right to me there. And when they told me that I had, they said adenocarcinoma, non-small
Mm-hmm.
cell. Um, I started calling my aunts and stuff and saying, "Do you know what type my mom had?" And 20 years, she died 20 years prior to that, so nobody knew. They knew
Oh,
that she had
wow.
adeno, or no, they knew that she had non-small cell, but they thought she had
Okay.
large cell.
Okay, and that's kind of rare, isn't it? The large
Yeah,
cell? Yeah.
yeah, but they
So
weren't
that was
sure,
your
and
that was
they
now
didn't have
that was your
records back
mom,
then.
right? Do you know what your grandma had? I know it's probably.
I do not know what my grandmother actually
Okay.
died after my mother.
Oh,
Sh-
wow. Okay.
She she actually, her and my aunts all took care of my mom when she was diagnosed. My mom lived in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like going down there almost every other week to see her, coming back,
Okay.
working. I had two little kids. So I was like coming home, working a week, going back down there, seeing her, just trying to, cause it was all over when she was diagnosed. And,
Right.
yeah, so, hmm, she just, nobody really knew the actual one. They knew she had non-small cell. They thought it might be
Mm-hmm.
large cell, but they wasn't quite sure.
Doing sure.
And there was
Okay.
no way for me to find out. So I started right then and there. I got me a little folder.
Mm-hmm.
Started getting CDs. Started doing my own research. I actually found that, I don't know if you ever heard of the site called Inspire.
Yes.
I was like Google and everything trying to find out why they're staging me as a 4 when I got a 1.5 centimeter tumor.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
I went to that site. I actually found that site by accident. And then they happen to
Mm-hmm.
have, I found a list of questions that you should be asking your doctor.
Oh,
So I went
great.
back to my doctor, and and all over it was second opinion, second opinion, second opinion. So I was like, I want a second opinion.
Yeah.
So, my doctor was great. She was fantastic. She was like, I'll make you an appointment. I know a guy at a different hospital. So they sent my biopsies and stuff over for the second opinion. And he
Mm-hmm.
actually, I had no known mutations at that point from my first biopsy. Well, he rebiopsied it and sent it out for further testing. I think it was Foundation one. And they found that I had BRAF.
Oh, so you're a bee raffer.
I'm the BRAFer, yep.
Yeah. I just created the name. So maybe you need to start a group for bee ref and call yourself the bee reffers. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, because we have
Well,
because we have the EGFR group, where they call the EGFR resistors. Then they have the
hmm yep.
Ross wonders, and then ours is just L positive. There's nothing fancy about it. And is there another one? I don't know. So now I'm noticing that these like BRAF and the other ones, I don't know if they have any groups, but I think it's a great idea to start just a group
Yeah,
for.
it's hard to find BRAF mutation in lung cancer. There was
Wow.
three of them at the summit.
Uh-huh.
I said,
Okay.
the first year I went, and they send that list out of all the different
Yeah.
groups. I emailed Frank back and I said, well, is there anything for BRAF? And he sends it back, well, aren't you a rare bird?
Yeah.
So, and there was nothing. And he suggested maybe joining one of the other groups that were rare, but
Uh-huh.
I didn't. And then I did it again this year, and I sent another email, any BRAF group, and they asked me to to head it up. So I did, and there
Good.
ended up being three people there with BRAF. Greta Kraus,
Yeah.
she's BRAF, and then there was
You, and
another
then who's
one.
the other person?
There was a guy, I forgot his name, but he's from Canada. He's been to a lot of summits.
Okay,
Um,
Kim is on. Kim said they have the Red Renegades. Yep, you're right. I forgot about the Red
Renegades. Okay.
RET. I said, Kim, and so Kim, you're watching. Who's the gentleman from Canada that went to the summit that has the BRAF mutation? Let us know. We're trying to remember or figure out his name. Okay, I'm sorry, honey. So go ahead, Debbie.
That's okay. So anyway, they didn't test for it at my regular doctor, cancer doctor, because at that time she's just an oncologist. She wasn't even a lung cancer specialist,
Mm-hmm.
and they only test for FDA approved stuff. And that wasn't even under the radar at that time.
Okay. Uh-huh.
But the other doctor that did test for it said he was actually getting ready to do trials on it, but it was going to be a little while. So I had no
Uh-huh.
choice but to do chemo at that
Oh,
point.
wow. Yeah.
Um, Yeah, so I did 12 rounds or 6 rounds of carbo, Alimta, and Avastin, and
Okay.
then another 6 rounds of just Avastin and Alimta maintenance. They call
Okay.
that maintenance.
Maintenance.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, and at that point, I was just like, "Phew, I'm wore out."
Oh
So I
yeah.
went on a cruise.
Why not?
I said, "Whew." I actually the day before my cruise, um, my all my levels were too low, so they had to do blood transfusion. My doctor wanted to make sure I had enough energy for the cruise, so she made
Mm-hmm.
sure I got a blood transfusion before I went.
Well, that was nice of
um,
her.
yep, I was very thankful too. But and then I decided I needed a break, so
Mm-hmm.
and my break was just going to be because I was reading some people were taking like a couple extra weeks because it was every 3 weeks you got chemo.
Yeah.
Um, well, my couple week break turned into 12 months stable.
Okay. Oh,
And
good.
then, and I knew at that point, I knew there was a trial out there for BRAF, but that I wasn't
Uh-huh.
allowed in it as long as I was stable.
Ah.
You can't
Okay.
be stable and be in a trial. Go
Okay.
figure.
Yeah.
But so I had the final CT before I started the trial. It grew a little. I mean, so little that they could have said it's probably still stable, but it might not
Mm-hmm.
be.
Right.
And their recommendation was hold off. And I said, oh no, it grew. I went on that trial. So I went to U of M. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and when I seen the doctor there, I'd actually missed the trial by 2 weeks. They closed the trial. Yeah.
Oh no.
But the great doctor there thought
Mm-hmm.
outside of the box. So I was all disappointed when I went home. And the next morning he called me. He's like, I know how much you want those 2 drugs. And I know that BRAF is 50% of melanoma have BRAF. So he called all of his melanoma doctors and asked them what kind of trials they were doing. And he found one of his colleagues that was actually doing the trial for the 2 drugs that I wanted plus one more.
Okay.
And it was for anybody with BRAF, not just melanoma. So for 2.5
Oh,
years, yeah, I tell that to a lot of BRAF people that anybody who tells me they're BRAF, I was like, think outside of the box
good.
because
Great, great advice.
all all those drugs that are being trialed in lung cancer for BRAF are already FDA approved in melanoma.
Wow.
So I only got on a trial drug because there was a third drug that they were trying
Okay.
with the 2 that were already they're FDA approved. So I ended
Okay.
up almost no evidence of disease. I got that on my report once,
Uh-huh.
um, but I stayed stable for 2.5 years,
Oh,
and
that's
then
awesome.
all the side effects started kicking in, and it got me kicked out of the trial. So I went back on Limpta maintenance,
Uh-huh.
and did 12 more rounds, and then decided I needed another break. And I have actually been off everything for about 14 months,
Wow, that's amazing. Praise God.
staying
That's
stable.
good.
Yeah, stable. I don't know. My granddaughter, my daughter had a baby, and the baby ended up being in the hospital for 5 months.
I remember
All
that.
this, all this happened. Well, my daughter was in the hospital for 2 months prior to giving birth. So, and
Mm-hmm.
all this happened right around the time I decided I needed a break. So it kept me
Right.
stable all that time. That was a plan. That was God's plan.
Yes. Yes, it was. Amen, girl. Amen.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Because if
Wow.
I would have been doing all that stuff, there's no way I would have been able to truck myself up to the
Right.
hospital every day.
Right.
Um,
Exactly.
I got scans Monday, doctors Thursday, I believe, this next week. So knock
Okay.
on wood, I'm still stable.
Yes.
If
Yes.
not,
Yes. Yes.
I, if not, then it's back to Olympta maintenance.
Okay. So since you did that clinical trial and it went well, if there is, and I'm not saying we're going to pray and not claim it, but if there is progression, can you go back on those clinical trial, or is there another clinical trial that you could try, or they're just going to keep you on the maintenance, the chemo for maintenance?
I have other options.
Okay.
Right now, I personally don't know of any clinical trials for BRAF.
Okay.
I did talk to Dr. Shaw at the summit, and she said that there are some. So that
Oh,
would be
good.
something I'll be definitely looking into.
Okay,
Um,
good.
I know my lung cancer doctor that I have now said I do so well on Olympta. He's kind of like, because he doesn't see that many people be able to go off and on Olympta like that. So he's like, kind of want to stick that route until that don't work no more.
Okay. I see.
Um,
Yeah.
but I hate
And that
chemo.
does. Oh, I know, honey, I hate it too. I know. Good Lord, I know. You don't have to tell me. I think we all know. Before I forget, okay, Sherry wants to know, how is your pleural effusion?
I had a pleurodesis, so I did. It's
Okay.
the talc where they blow the talc in between the lining
Mm-hmm.
of your lung and the rib, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't had a pleural effusion since.
Great, great.
I do have nodules. When they did the biopsy and when they went to do the pleurodesis, they did see that there were some like nodules along the lining of my pleural.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, so small that it's barely even. It's smaller than
Right.
my 1.5 centimeter one.
Good, good. That's good. That's
So,
good.
um, radiation. They said they wouldn't. They can't do radiation because of when it's in the pleural like that. That's too big
Mm-hmm.
of an area to radiate. Too
Okay.
dangerous. They said
Okay.
if there was anything that ever had any symptoms, any pain, then they would radiate one area, but they couldn't radiate that whole area.
The whole area. Okay, that makes sense. I was going to ask you that, but you answered my question. And then Tony, excuse me, Tony asked, any side effects with the Ellipna maintenance?
My main side effect would be maybe I like for some reason I will vomit once a day for about 3 days. Every morning when I get
Really?
up. Yep.
You vomit and
And
then
it
that's
doesn't
it?
I mean, I'm tired for those 3 days, but other than that, it's probably pretty mild as chemo goes.
Okay. All right.
Carbo was Carbo Platinum. Now
Oh,
that's
oh, I
yeah, that
hated
one's a rough
carbo.
one.
No, I had
That was the one
cisplatin.
that gave me yeah, that was the one that gave me blood transfusions every 3 treatments.
Oh no, I started off with cisplatin, and the last one they gave
Oh
me
yeah,
carboplatin. I hate it. I hate it with the passion. Them. Oh my goodness. I had
that one's weak.
cisplatin with etoposide for so the first two were cisplatin with etoposide. The last one was carboplatin with etoposide. I hated it with a passion. Lord knows I hated it.
With the
So
Limta,
I know.
I do I call it my hibernation week. I just kind of lay around my house
Yeah.
and I don't fight the tiredness. I just kind of
No, don't.
go through it, you know. And
Yes.
then
Rest.
I'm back up and doing what I got to do after that.
Right.
So it is
Uh,
cumulative though. So you know, the longer you're on it, the more tired you get.
right. So then tell me, Debbie, since you're BRAF and that's, I heard of it. I know it's very few have the BRAF mutation. So they also find the BRAF in people with melanoma. Is that so they find it in
Fifty
both?
percent, 50%
Wow,
of melanoma patients have BRAF.
the BRAF. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. See, I didn't know that. And that's why I love doing these videos because you learn so much. And so anyone out there, if you know of anyone that has the BRAF mutation, um, you know, please let them know about Debbie. Debbie is more than happy and willing to talk to them and give them information about the BRAF. I am not. I am ALK positive, but I mean, I could when people do get a hold of me, I do send them, hey, go here, go there. I do. So make sure that you let if you know of anyone out there that has the BRAF mutation and need some information or some guidance, Debbie here is the one. Greta's another one. And then Kim said that, was it Larry? Is it Larry from
Larry,
Canada?
yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
Larry.
okay. So yeah, Kim, so and Larry from Canada. So
Yes.
that's, yeah, so those are the ones that we do know that are BRAF. So like I said, she's here to give anyone advice and guidance and stuff like that. And then after, so then where are you at now?
Um, I have CT scans on Monday,
Okay, you did say that.
and then
And then you'll find out.
and I'll find out within the couple days after that. I always get my
Okay.
results before I see my doctor.
Okay.
It drives him
Okay.
nuts. He laughs
Yeah.
about it, but it drives him nuts. Because
Yeah.
whenever it's good news, he always sees me in the hall. He goes, "I can't even give you good news because I know you already read those results."
Yeah. Oh, but
But I
that's
do that
good.
on
So,
purpose because if you get bad news in a room, you don't think to ask questions anymore.
right.
And I got to read what I'm seeing so I can write my questions before I see them.
Yeah.
So I always get from day one.
Right.
I'm not waiting for a doctor to call me. I will not do it.
You're gonna get your
Um,
results one way or another, right?
yep. I've
Yeah.
never
And
been
then
that patient.
yeah. Hey, when it comes to that, I don't blame you at all. So unfortunately, I know the baby always makes her appearance, but they moved out, so no appearance.
Oh,
I had her.
I seen her
I
earlier.
know. Yeah, you at least you saw her earlier. We were babysitting, so I had her, and then we had to go up to the hospital. And so I told my son, "You got to hurry up." And he goes, "Well, I'm gonna go over there because I have to wash clothes." And I could have told him to stay, and I did tell him, "You got to come by every Thursday because baby got to make an appearance." But today,
Yep.
well, yes, since yesterday and today, it's been crazy over here, and I know that I put on Facebook, I asked for prayers, and I blasted the hospital that we were at, and I don't. Oh, my husband's gonna show. He's gonna show you a video with her. That's her as a cat.
That's her as a cat.
Yeah, there she goes.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And then now
She's got
Grandpa's a
some.
kitty cat.
She's got some pinchable cheeks.
Yeah, she does. Well, thank you. At least you got to see the baby. But thanks, babe. Yeah, so I mean, I haven't really put anything Sherry's ha ha ha. Yeah, it's funny. I haven't put anything on Facebook. I mean, I don't it's really, no one's business, but my mother-in-law, she's in the hospital, and
Yep.
she's she's not in ICU, she's in IMCU, so that's in no, it's IMCU, babe. It's intensive medical care unit or inter medicine. I don't know, but it's IMCU. So she's, like I said, she hasn't been doing well, and we haven't put nothing on Facebook yet. And I just asked for prayers for her. She's
You got it.
yeah. So that's what I said. I just asked for prayers. I didn't say for who, what, or what. I just asked for prayers. But and that's so it's just been so crazy. So and I told my son, you got to make sure the baby's here every Thursday. Oh, okay. But she was hospitalized yesterday, and then so it's just been a crazy 2 days. So I know she forgot, but at least you got to see her earlier, because
I did. Yeah.
when we did the testing, she was on me and talking, and I don't know what she was saying, baby talk. So yeah.
I I see all your husband's crazy posts with her too.
Oh my goodness, right? Those videos, he's something else. Oh my goodness. So then, no, they're we're not saying, we're just saying they're crazy, but they're nice. Chill
They're
out, dude. Calm
they're
down.
very cute, crazy. I love it.
Yeah. I know they're crazy but very cute. Sherry, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Um, Thank you, Beth. I appreciate that too. Yeah, it's just been a rough 2 days. So then, so Debbie, tell our audience, back then and even today, what gave you hope back then, and what gives you hope today
Um,
with your journey with lung cancer?
well, when I was first diagnosed, all the changes, like about a year after I was diagnosed, you started seeing all the stuff coming out with lung cancer. When I
Mm-hmm.
was first diagnosed, it was like three mutations that were getting treatment, like
Yeah.
EGFR, just the big ones.
Yeah.
And you didn't hear nothing. And then all of a sudden, over these last 4 years, it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I'm getting more into the community, or it's just science is finally, people are finally starting to say, oh, wait,
Yeah.
you know.
And then we have great organizations like LCFA and Longevity and Chris Straff and Bonnie Adario, all of them, really making a voice out there, really, bringing awareness about lung cancer. And hey,
Hmm.
we need better treatments, we need funding, we need help, and we matter too. And stop the stigma, and it's not a smoker's disease anymore. So I think a lot of that has been putting a lot of pressure, you know and not only
Yep.
that, but there's also a lot of researchers out there saying, you know what, to see what I could do for the lung cancer community. And I thank those researchers for doing what they've done with all these new treatments, new stuff coming out, clinical trials, doing combinations, all that stuff, just so we could have a better quality of life, and, we can live longer. So I think that is great. That is absolutely great. And today, what gives you hope that there's, the treatments are, that more treatments are coming out, that we're getting more research, funding for research, that we are living longer, that we are making, we're making some noises out there. What gives you hope today for lung cancer and for the future?
I think that what gives me hope is seeing not just the lung cancer patients advocating,
Hmm.
but their families, their friends, the
Hmm.
walks, the the funding,
Yes.
um, being asked to go to Washington to ask for
Yes.
funding.
Yes.
The awareness is a lot more, and that gives me hope because, like I said, I have a grandmother, a mother, now me.
Yeah.
I don't want my daughter and my granddaughter to get lung cancer. So,
Amen.
be the change you want to see. So
Yes.
I got to go out there and I got to fight.
I love that. Be the change you want to see. That is awesome. I love that. That is
Yep.
awesome. All right, my viewers, if you have any questions for Debbie, please ask. Any questions about anything, just ask. She is here to answer questions, and she shared her story with you guys, and it's a great story. I mean, you learn something new all the times when you watch my Facebook Live. And like I've always told people, um, and to my lung cancer brothers and sisters out there, your story matters too. Everyone has a story. Everyone's story matters. Like I would have never known about Debbie, the difference between, why, it was stage one, but it went to stage four because of the plural, whatever she said. I mean, things like that.
A
You
pleural
just
effusion.
There you go, pleural fusion. Okay, see, I don't. That's new to me, and that's just,
Hmm.
it's just, and you learn from stuff like this, and it's good to know this. Hey, Cecilia, and it's good to know this because not only are we educating ourselves, but we're educating the community and the viewers as well. And just make sure that you share this Facebook Live, share it so other people can watch it and get educated as well. And if anyone out there, you have a story, please share your story with me. Don't be intimidated. Don't be scared. Don't be, oh no, my story is not. Yes, you have a story. Okay, look at Debbie's, look at all the other ones. We all have a story. So if you're
Hmm.
interested in doing this, sharing your story with me, Thriving in Hope with Juanita, please message me. You got my number, text me, and I'll pencil you in. I'm already booking in August. So let me know so I could get you in and share your story. You have an amazing story. You're sharing your story so you could give people hope, and you could give people, you could give people inspiration and advice and whatever the case might be. Debbie, as a lung cancer survivor, and we all do advocacy work. One way or another, we do
Hmm.
something. We do something to bring awareness, to educate people, stop the stigma and all that stuff. What, where do you see yourself advocating for in the lung cancer world? Or because
Um, I'm doing a couple things right now. Well, this year, like I said, I got to go. Lung Force, American Lung Association, asked me to go to Washington D.C. It was actually
uh-huh.
in April, 2 weeks before the Hope Summit,
Okay,
um,
uh-huh.
to advocate for funding and some of the bills that they're like the junk insurance plans and all that. Um, so I got to do that. When I hit my 5 year mark, I
Mm-hmm.
said I got to do more. So when they
Yes.
asked me, I spoke at their walk last year for the first time, um, as a
Now,
lung cancer survivor.
whose organization
Lung
was
Force.
this? Oh, Lung
It's
Force.
called
Okay,
Lung
great.
Force.
Okay, Lung Force. Yeah.
They're ran by the American Lung Association.
Okay.
They're the ones
Awesome.
in CVS. Do you ever notice in CVS in November?
Yes. Yes. If you go and shop, they'll donate a percentage to. Yes, I've seen that.
I almost screamed in CVS when I seen that because you always only see
Yes.
breast cancer. So when you seen that, I was
Yeah.
like,
Or
"Yay!"
diabetes or something. Yes.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Um,
So then,
so
so then
I
you
got to
went
do
up to
that.
Washington.
Hmm.
Awesome.
I'm now this year. I'm co-chairing as the Lung Force Hero for the walk, the Detroit Walk.
Oh, cool.
Um, yeah, that's in
When is that?
September.
Okay, September
It's at the
what?
September, I believe 29th, and it's at the Detroit Zoo. So
Oh,
yeah, it's really good because you could bring kids and
yes.
they get to go see animals and walk at the same time.
That's amazing. You
Hmm.
hear that, my
They've had,
audience?
yep,
Let's push that. So guys, September 29th in Detroit. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't live in this area, but my Chicagoland people, Northwest Indiana, this is a great event to support. So if you don't mind driving to Detroit, it's about a 4-hour drive for me from Indiana, so it might be a little bit longer for the Chicago or the people in the suburbs. September 29th, Long Force, the walk.
yep.
Debbie is coordinating it. You're in
Team,
charge of it?
yeah. I'm not in charge. I'm just co-chairing, kind of like on
Oh, okay.
helping out on the lung cancer, survivor side.
Yes. Okay, that's awesome. So
Um,
you guys heard that. And you're going to speak at this event, Debbie?
um, I might speak just briefly, but I don't know if you know Mary Jo Gran.
No, I don't
She's
think
a
so.
10-year survivor.
Oh,
She
God
was
bless her
at
heart.
yeah, 10-year survivor, and she's gonna tell her story this year.
Oh, awesome. So you hear it,
Um,
I can't even talk. You hear it here, you heard it here, guys. Oh my goodness, I'm tongue twisted. If anyone in the Michigan area, Indiana area that don't mind going to Detroit and supporting this great cause, if you want any information, hit Debbie up on Facebook. Debbie, make sure, if there is an event or a flyer or something, share it so I could share it too, so I could copy it and share it.
it's on my Facebook page.
Okay.
It's I got it as my with not the profile picture, but the one behind it.
Oh, the cover photo.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, I'll look for it.
all
But
the
share
info.
it too.
And if you, yeah, and if you don't, if you can either join a team or you create your own team and come have your own
Hmm.
team. If you don't want to do that and you just want to join a team, Team Pickworth, we got a lot. We're big.
Yes. Yes. Or if Debbie has a team, pick her team and support her. Even if you
Yep.
don't go, just pick your team and donate something. because trust me, we need the funding for research. We are not scamming. We are not liars. We need it. And because of funding like this and doing fundraisers like this, we are able to give money to researchers to get better drugs for us. I promise you guys, I'm legit. She's legit. I wouldn't do these Facebook Live videos if it wasn't true. We need
Well, the
help. So
American
please
Lung
help us.
Association, they just put out a post yesterday, I think it was. NIH
Uh-huh.
just gave them like 24.6 million for lung health research.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hmm.
That's awesome. Great, great, great. And also what I wanted to mention, really quick, this past couple days, was it Monday, I left to DC and um, it was a biomarker strategy session that National Quality Forum had and then invited like a couple people, there were doctors, oncologists, and I think from in the insurance company, and then myself, and then Kim, president of Lung Cancer Foundation of America, LCFA. She was there as the caregiver because she started that foundation because her husband passed away from lung cancer. So she started that foundation, and me as a patient. And Kim, when she was sharing her story, she even said, and we were talking about this because when I was diagnosed, and I'm pretty sure when you were diagnosed, Debbie, the 5-year survivor rate was very, very low. And I think when I
Yep.
checked in 2014, I think mine's only said 10% will make it to 5 years. So I don't know if yours was lower than that or around the same.
Mine was 1 to 3%
Oh my
would
goodness.
make it
See?
5 years.
Yeah, see, so back then, she fell under that 1 and 3%. Mine said 10%. So I'm in that 10% because this November is my 5 years. She just met her 5 years. And so, and then a
I
couple
just met
years
my
ago,
6 year.
ooh, praise God. Amen.
Six, yeah.
Hallelujah. Awesome. Congratulations. So,
Thank you.
and then a few years ago, it had went up only 17%, which was not big, but from 1 to 3, from 10% to 17, 18%, that was a big jump for us. So we're happy. While Kim even said at this meeting that she says that it actually jumped up, guys. It jumped up to 23%, but she thinks that it's higher than that. That's what she knew. So she goes, but I think it's higher than 23%. So 2019, the 5-year survival rate has jumped up to 23%, maybe higher. It's not much, guys, for us. It's not. But for us, it is a huge difference. It's a big jump. And so
Yep.
we get happy, but the number is still low. So we need that number to go up, just like breast cancer is up here for the survival rate. We want to be
Yep.
up here. That's why these fundraisers, these walks, whatever it is that any of us do, and you see fundraiser for lung cancer for your birthday this year or next year, if you already had a birthday, next year, this year for your birthday, pick a lung cancer group out there, organization for your birthday, and it's what, $200, and help us raise money because that money does go to those organizations and they give those monies to researchers. So,
Hmm. There's
do it
another
for
way
longevity.
too.
What's another
Um,
way? Tell us.
I on Amazon, if you instead of doing Amazon.com, if you do
Uh-huh.
smile.amazon.com, you could pick a charity and longevity is on there.
Oh, awesome.
So
Wait a minute.
every
Did I know
time
that?
you
I
spend
think I did
money,
know that. Uh-huh.
every time you spend money on Amazon, if you just go through smile.amazon.com, it'll always donate a percentage of what you spent to that charity.
Wow. That's awesome. So you guys, you hear that from Debbie. If you shop on Amazon, make sure you put smile.amazon.com, and longevity is on there. So make sure you pick longevity. And whatever you buy, a percentage goes, and that's going to help us out even more. That's amazing. I didn't know that. Oh,
So
Bobby said she's been doing that for a few years. Where the hell have I been at that I didn't know about this? Well, good for you,
I just
Bobby.
found
Thank
out
you.
about 6 months ago, and it was from
See?
someone's post. So I was like, "Oop, okay."
That's awesome. That's amazing. So you heard it there, guys. Spread the word. Spread it. Spread it. Smile.amazon.com. And for your birthday,
Hmm.
pick a lung cancer organization and raise money for us, please. I challenge everyone to do that. And a lot of you guys are my friend on Facebook, so I'm going to see that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So some other ways I've been doing some advocacy is,
Hmm.
well, American Lung Association asked me to be on some kind of patient board.
Which
I don't
one?
know if it's like it's. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's some kind of
Like a
um,
patient board or advisory board
patient advisory board. So
for
I'm gonna do that.
for the lung cancer association, or what is it called?
American
American.
Lung Association.
Oh, American Lung. Oh, that's awesome, Debbie. Congratulations. That's great.
Th- Thank you. And then in Michigan, there's not a whole lot of lung cancer groups.
Yeah.
Um, so I got a Dusty Donaldson called me because
Mm-hmm.
I talked to her at the Hope Summit, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what she does is she puts these groups together, and
Yeah, she does.
she does the bags to bring to hospitals.
Yes.
So starting August 6th, the first Tuesday of every month, I'm having
Mm-hmm.
one of those groups at my. I'm going to start it at my house because I don't know who else is going to come the first
Okay.
the first few times, and
Mm-hmm.
then if I got to go to a building, I will. But I want a cancer support group for lung cancer in Michigan. Um,
Awesome.
so that's my next goal. And I also she made me a bunch of cards for that, and I'm going to bring that to my hospital next week and give my doctor a bunch of those. And I made little business cards up for
That's
myself so
awesome.
I could give them to him because doctors aren't allowed to tell you about their other patients. But if you give
Right.
them your card, then they can give them your card.
Yes. Yes. That is amazing, Debbie. I am so happy to hear that you're doing that in Michigan. That is just absolutely amazing. And thank you for doing that, for reaching out, my brothers and sisters out in Michigan, because now you're going to be, you're going to help them. You're going to give them that hope. You're going to, educate them and do what you could do. And, and that's just, I'm so happy to hear that. I really, really
Well,
am.
not
Now, how,
everybody could go to the Hope Summit, so
right.
and I
So
know
why
what
not
that
bring,
meant. It meant to
yes.
me to meet all these other people
Yes,
that were going through what you go through.
yes, exactly. But also, they can go to the Hope Summit. If it's the first time, they go for free. And after
Right,
that, of course, they got to pay unless they do the Survivors Challenge. And I do the
right.
Survivors Challenge every year. And what I do is, and this is for everyone out there that went to the Hope Summit on the travel grant, but you want to go again and you can't afford it, they have a Survivors Challenge. So what I do, and I go every year with my husband, I hear because I have a fitness center, which I'm going to drop. Actually, I can't use the CrossFit name anymore because I'm dropping the CrossFit name, and it's just going to it's going to be called Fitness. Um, but in my fitness gym, in my place, every year I do a Zumbathon for lung cancer. So I raise the
I seen
money.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, I raise the money. That's the survivors. I raise the money for longevity. So I do that and I raise the money, I send it to them, and then boom, I get to go to DC. So that money is not for me, it's actually for longevity, and I get to go and I get to go to the Hope Summit. And then also Lung Cancer Alliance, they have one, and but theirs is a little bit different from longevity. So those of you that are interested, I don't know if it's still open or not. You have to probably go on their website, but they also have theirs is called the National. I don't know if it's National Hope Summit or National something, but what they do is it's like a summit, but what they do is they teach us and they educate us and basically train us on what to say when we go to the Hill and talk to our representatives. So theirs is a little different. Longevity is more like, us and coping and hope and just, giving us information, where Lung Cancer Alliance, they do more where they sit us down. Okay, this is what you need to, I don't know, this is my first time, so I'm assuming they're going to train us and
hmm
show us what to say, and then they bus us up to the Capitol the next day, and we meet our representative, we sit down and we talk to them, and we tell them about lung cancer, and we tell them how
that's
the importance is.
that's what American Lung Association did too with Lung Force.
Oh,
That's
okay,
the
okay,
same thing.
that's the same thing. Okay, see, so then there's
Is
two
that your
groups out there.
is that your first time going? This going to be your
Yes,
first time?
yes.
It'll be an experience. You'll never forget it.
Yes. Yes, that's what I heard. Everyone keeps telling me. So I'm gonna go check it out. And if I like it and if I want to continue doing it, well, they also have a So I got the grant, so I'm going for free this time with Lung Cancer Alliance. So I got the opportunity to go, so I applied and I got it. So if there's still time, guys, and you want to go and check this out, then do it. If not, there's always next year. And
Hmm.
they too also have like a survivors challenge where I could raise money. So then I thought about it. I go, well, if this is something that I like to do as well, then I'm gonna continue having my Zumbathon for lung cancer in February for longevity, and then I might have another Zumbathon for lung cancer or be creative in another way that has to do with fitness, and then do like another survivors challenge, a fundraiser, then that will go for lung cancer alliance, and then that too, if you raise the money and help them out, and then you the same thing like longevity, and then my husband
Hmm.
could go to that as well.
Yep.
So I'm going to check it out this year. If there's something that I really like and I enjoy, then I'll have two. So there's ways to raise. I mean, instead of asking people to
See,
donate.
I didn't even know about Hope Summit until 2 years ago. And
Okay.
that was because of Bobby Johnson, Phil
Oh, okay.
Patrick.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
She lives in Ohio, and my husband knows someone that she knows, and my husband come home. You need to talk to Bobby. She's got lung cancer too, and so
Yeah.
it's so. And then she told me about it, and that's when I found out about it. So that's another thing I'm hoping that getting people together in Michigan,
Yes.
they'll also learn about these other ways. I try to
Yes.
counsel people too, because now everybody I know who knows someone who gets diagnosed, they call me and say, "Can you
Yes.
come talk to
Yeah.
this person?" And
Yeah.
absolutely, I'll travel. Where do you want me to go?
Yeah.
So I try to tell them about all these groups and stuff and how important they are. And
Right.
I think there's a big flaw in the medical system right now when it comes to being newly diagnosed with a terminal illness.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the doctors do their best to keep you informed and stuff, but it's not the same as having another patient by your side who's already been
Right.
through it.
I agree. I agree. And I always push the biomarker testing. Biomarker testing, that is very
I do
important.
too.
No, yes. Yes. God, I was gonna ask you something. Yes, Kim. There you go. It's the National Advocacy Summit. Thank you, Kim. I was close, girl. I was close. I was there. God, Debbie, I was gonna ask you something, and it just went. It, it was something about what we were talking about. Anyways, it'll come to me. So then, so that's great. So she does. Oh, I remember now. How close are you to Is it Ann Arbor, Michigan? How close are you to Ann
Yep.
Arbor?
I'm about 35 minutes away. That's where I go for
Okay.
treatment. U of
Okay.
M.
So at the University of Michigan, I met at this biomarker strategy session. I met Dr. John. Is it John? John Myers or Dr. Myers, and
Hmm.
they started like a patient not support, but a patient. I forgot what he told me. And he goes, would you? He goes, would you be able to? Would you mind if I said I'll go? I'll drive to you and share my story and talk to people. It's only a few hours drive. I don't mind. But if you're gonna start those meetings,
Hmm.
I'm gonna forward you his name and his email, so you could
Okay.
reach out to him and let him know. Say, hey, you met Juanita at the biomarker strategy session in EDC. She referred me to you. I'm a lung cancer survivor, patient slash advocate. I'm gonna start this. She told me to reach out to you because maybe you could help me. Because then he could then send some of his patients to your support or your group meetings. So I'm gonna,
Absolutely.
yeah, and if I forget, please remind me, and I'll
I
message you
will.
with the information. But yeah, I'll message you his name, University of Michigan, and his
Hmm.
email address, and then he could help you get that started over there by you. So
Sounds
it's
great.
always good. It's always good to meet people and network, guys. We have to network. We have to help each
Yep.
other out because you
Yep.
never know. And Kim, yes, I think it's July 23rd, 24th, something 22nd. Yeah, it's around there. You're right. So does anyone out there have any questions? Um, Remember, just ask here on the comments. So, Debbie, what advice do you have for our lung cancer brothers and sisters? What advice would you like to give them for those that might be struggling, still have doubt, that are scared, they're hopeless, or just in general, because there's people that don't have lung cancer but are struggling as well. Uh, what advice would you give them?
Um, The first thing I would say is stay positive, even when it's hard. Stay positive. I'm a true believer in positive energy in, positive energy out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Trust God.
Amen.
Um, and I always say this to everybody I counsel: we are only guaranteed two things in life. That's a birthday and a death day. Everything else isn't given, and God ain't gonna help nobody who don't help themselves.
Amen. Girl,
So,
preach.
so I guess I would say, though, that above all, I would definitely say be your own advocate, do your own research, trust your
Mm-hmm.
doctors, and always ask
Mm-hmm.
questions.
Amen. Love it. I love that advice. Thank you so much, Debbie. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. Thank
Thanks
you
for
for
doing
sharing your
this.
story. Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. And remember, guys, BRAF, you're in the Michigan area. If you know people in the Michigan area and they don't have anyone to talk to or not sure, whatever, Debbie's here. Find her on Facebook. You can find her through me. Message me. I could, have her reach out to you. Support the walk that she's what is it again?
Co-chairman.
Co-chairman
Co-chairman.
and co-chairman, September 29th in Detroit. For more information about that, hit up Debbie or hit me up. And again, I could forward the information, get you guys connected. If you're interested in the Lung Force Alliance, no, not Lung Force. Oh my God, I can't even talk to that. Lung Cancer Alliance,
Mhm.
their National Advocacy Summit next month. Look them up. Hopefully, you could probably still go if you want the travel grant. Um, and um, and we're all here for you. Just so you know that we're all
Mhm.
here for you. My video, it stays on my Juanita's Fight Against Lung Cancer page, and it is on my YouTube page. So I will be transferring this video over to my YouTube. And so if you know people that don't have Facebook, that are lung cancer survivors or family of lung cancer patients and want to see all these videos, send them to my YouTube channel. And and you know what? And I'll see you guys next Thursday. I don't know who I'm interviewing, but I have to go look in my book and see. And Kim, I did get your message. I'll be messaging you when I'm done with Debbie, and we could talk some more. So Debbie, again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for sharing your story and taking the time
Mhm.
to giving us great information. And you have a wonderful story, and I am truly blessed that I met you in person finally. I got to hug you. I'm so happy that you're in my life, and I just want to say thank you, and then I love you, and and I will be
And
seeing you soon.
okay, and if you're ever in Michigan, my place is always open.
Thank you, my love. And you know what? I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna talk to my husband. I'm gonna say, you want to take a drive September 29th to Michigan and to
Absolutely.
Detroit? And if he says yeah, he goes, yeah, sure, why not? We could go over there for the weekend, whatever. I'll hit you up and let you know.
Okay.
And I love to go and spend some time with you because I love to travel, girl. I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
kind of like
everywhere.
Chris Draft.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? I love to travel. It is tiring though. When
Hmm.
I'm traveling out, oh, I am tired half the time, like I am today. I got back from DC, late Tuesday, and I'm still tired. It's Thursday. I'm exhausted, guys. I took a nap before got online because I would be, look at me, I can't even talk. I've just been really tired. So hopefully after this weekend, I'm back to myself, and then back to DC I go, and next month. So. All right, guys. Well, thank you, my viewers, for watching. Remember, share this video. If you know anyone in Michigan, share the video to them, tag them, whatever, and share it. You can start a watch party. I'm not sure how to do that, but many people know how to do that. Start the watch party to get more people out there. And I'm on every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time. If I'm not going to be on, I will let you guys know because, people go on vacation, people get sick and stuff like that. So I would have to reschedule. So my viewers, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Again, Debbie, thank you. I will talk to my
Hmm.
husband and see if we can make it out there at the end of September and join you guys.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. All right, sweetheart. Thanks again. Love you. God bless you. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Okay. Bye, honey.